Are you a coach or a healer or a servicepreneur and you are finding it difficult to attract soulful, high-paying clients? Do you fumble when someone asks you, what do you do? Or when you're on a sales call, you fumble or you trip over your words and you stutter when someone asks you, how much do you charge? If that's the case for you, then carry on watching this video. You are an amazing coach. You have a light. You have so much to give to the world. You want to serve and you want to impact the world in a deep way. But the problem isn't your coaching skills. It's your selling skills. You weren't taught how to sell. Chances are, when you went to business school, when you certified as a life coach, when you certified as an NLP coach, whatever coach you are, health coach, nutritionist coach, you weren't taught how to sell. And that's the problem. You weren't taught how to make your business profitable. You weren't taught how to approach your clients from their perspective. So it's not your coaching skills that need a makeover. You don't need more certifications. You don't need to go into buy more programs. And I know you bought so many programs trying to figure out all this marketing. It's not that. It's your mindset. Once you change this and the way you feel about yourself and the way you feel about your services and the way you feel about money, and once you heal all those emotional wounds from your childhood and implement the strategies, that's when you hit success in your business. But the problem is that you are not entering your prospect's mind. You're not entering the conversation. You're probably telling them, okay, you're probably talking to them in a coachy way. You're using coaching terms like, hypnosis, or you're using like big terms that your clients just don't understand. They don't get it. Every time your client comes across your page, the thing that's running in their head, the question that they're asking themselves is, what's in it for me? That's all they're asking. They don't care if you're an NLP coach. They don't care how many years you studied. They don't care if you have a master's in psychology. They don't care. All they care about is, how does your content, how do your services help me? And if you can't answer that, then you have a problem. But the key before entering the conversation in your client's mind is to do the research. You need to know if there is a market for what you're selling. So if you're selling life coaching, you need to ask yourself, what is it exactly that my client is facing right now? What is keeping them up at night? What's their biggest fear? What are they thinking? What's the worst that they're thinking? And where do they want to be? Once you answer those questions, that's when you're able to write compelling copy. Another way to market is to share your story. Story sharing is so powerful, y'all. I can't even emphasize much how story sharing is powerful. Studies show now that people are more likely to trust you when you share with them your battles and your triumphs. Take, for example, Tony Robbins. He's a well sought after coach. He's well known in his expertise. But he didn't start out that way. He didn't start out with any certifications. He started out broke, surviving from abuse and poverty. And he mentions that a lot. This is why you resonate with him, because he gives you hope that there is change, that you can transform. When you look at Ariana Huffington, the one who owns Huffington Post, she talks about her struggles with her health, how she burnt out and crashed and she ended up on the floor and in hospital because she was overworking. She shares that story. She's vulnerable with you and you connect with that. Same with Jeff Bezos. When you look at him and how he created his Amazon company, it was long years of hard work, of just a laptop and a dream, and now he's a multi-billionaire. You connect with his story because he's sharing with you his triumphs and his battles. He's sharing with you how he overcame that issue. Same with Dean Graziosi. He talks about his divorce and how he, excelled after it. Same with J.K. Rowling. She just broke up with her boyfriend. She was pregnant. She just had a laptop or her typewriter and she carried it from Spain all the way back to the UK, and she had a dream to write a book, and she did. And she was on benefits. She was on government assistance, and she felt suicidal at one point. When you share your story from a place of power, you gain trust with your clients. Your clients think, wow, okay, this person's human, first of all. And it gives you credibility that you've been through the trenches. You know what it's like to have your ass kicked and still get back up. That's what your clients want to know. They want to see how much your ass has been kicked so that they can work with you. So that they know that you have the resilience in you, and so that they can trust you. If they don't know who you are and how they can resonate with you, they're not going to buy from you. Because remember, people buy with emotion and justify with logic. When you share your story, you are getting into the emotional part of your client. And then when your client books with you, they justify it with logic. Think about anything that you bought that's expensive. You found, personally for me, back in the day, when I used to like wearing shoes, like I used to like shoes a lot. I used to have a shoe collection. I remember buying shoes that cost £300, and I could imagine myself walking in them. I could imagine myself feeling confident. I created that emotional picture in my mind, and that's what made me buy them. And then I justified it with logic, saying, well, the £300 are going to last me a long time. It's worth it. They're made from real leather and all this stuff. So you buy with emotion and you justify with logic. That's exactly what your clients are doing. They want to emotionally connect with you. They want to see how you're human and how you're not just some figure on the screen who's being pompous and showing and boasting to the world of how great you are. They don't want to know that. They want to see how they can resonate with you, and sharing your story is so important. But before you can share your story, you have to release the shame around it. If you feel ashamed of your past and you don't feel confident sharing your story, you're going to have that energy attached to it. You're going to find it very difficult to connect with your clients. Now, I'm not saying share your story from a victim whiny way. You can share your story in a very elegant and vulnerable yet powerful way. Like when I shared my story of overcoming sexual abuse, overcoming suicide, depression, bipolar, witnessing domestic violence and bullying, so many people resonated with it. So many people resonated with the content, with what I was saying, and that's how I hit 5 figures in business organically. Without Facebook ads, without any fancy ClickFunnels, without any webinars, I hit 5 figures organically in my business just by sharing my story, just by being authentic, just by being raw and vulnerable with my audience. That's how I attracted high-paying clients. But before you can ever do that, before you can ever share your story, you have to work on this. You have to work on your mind, and this is the reason why you enrolled in so many programs, but you never got any results. Because your mindset was still stuck in a belief of, I'm not good enough, it's never going to work, what's the point? I've done all this hard work, there's no point. And it all goes back to childhood programming. You create beliefs in your mind around money, around selling. In your mind, you probably have an image of a sleazy salesman or the Wolf of Wall Street, where you're just, fearing people into selling. You have a ickiness attached to selling. This is why you feel guilty when people ask you what's your prices, and you say to them, it's this much, but for you I'll give it to you for this much, and you're selling per hour. You're selling your services for £10 an hour. That's not sustainable. You are taking time away from your children and your family for £10 an hour. It's not sustainable, and it's eating away at you. Every day you wake up thinking, what's the point? I'm just about to give up. I can't do this anymore. It's not sustainable. But you are an amazing coach. You have so much light to share with the world. You have this deep feeling in you to serve and impact. You just need to know what your client's pain points are. You need to know how to enter the conversation in your client's mind, and you need to know how to write compelling copy, market your services so that it makes sense to your client. And you also need to learn how to overcome objections on the phone. Now, I teach you all of this in my 8-week Get Rich with Purpose program. I teach you my 5-figure organic strategies, what I use to attract high-paying clients, to increase my fees, and to write compelling copy. Ladies, you're a female coach. You need to learn how to write compelling copy. You need to learn how to get into your client's mind. You need to learn how to put an offer in front of your client that they can't refuse. But it all starts with this. So I teach you mindset strategies, I teach you marketing strategies, stuff that I've used in my business that has helped me grow. And this is a group program. It's not just another information program. You will get live weekly sessions with personalized feedback on your sales page. I will look through your business, see what's not working, see what is working, and you'll also get mock sales training. So we'll go through the sales process of how to overcome objections live on the sales call. Ladies, this is a transformational program. It's about you doing the work and you getting a loving kick in the butt so that you are held accountable for your goals and your dreams. The reason why other programs never worked is because no one held you accountable and no one worked on your mindset. You'll also get 2 powerful rapid transformational therapy packages during the 8-week program. Now, these sessions I sell to my clients one-on-one for between £1,500 and £5,000. People pay me that much money. But you'll be getting 2 powerful rapid transformational therapy sessions in this program to help you conquer your mind, help you have unshakable confidence, and help you become a master at selling. When you give value to your clients, you get value back. I teach you how to give value to your clients. I teach you how to serve from a place of love and authenticity. Selling is helping, is never meant to feel icky. So ladies, the program closes on the 23rd of November. Imagine how you would feel finally turning that free consult into a paid, soon to be raving client. Imagine how it would feel to finally book that holiday that you've been putting off because you didn't have the money. Imagine how it would feel to spend time with your kids without worrying about when you're going to attract your next client. Imagine how it would feel to finally make that money, to finally see yourself scaling, to finally see yourself earning the money that you want to earn. Imagine how it would feel. That's all possible, ladies. It's all possible. So send me a DM to enroll in my program. I'll speak to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.